If it's in your imagination, it's possible. Do you know that you can't think of something that can't happen? You know it's impossible to think of the impossible. How do you keep going? Why do you keep going? There are two sides of pain. There's one side of pain that's the suffering and the discomfort side of pain. But then there's another side of pain that's called effort. It's called glory. Everybody has a turn-back mode. You have a moment where you can go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen. It's your play that has the most impact in dictating success or failure. It's you, it's the way, it's how you play the game. Make a million mistakes. Just quit wasting your energy making the same mistakes. You have to make a decision that you will learn from this thing. I've resolved in my spirit, in my heart, that every experience is my education. Experiences are education, so the good experiences and the bad experiences, I'm going to learn from that. I'm going to discover the opportunity for me to grow and for me to get better. 95% of our decisions are made by how you feel in the moment, and that is the problem. We make decisions based on our feelings, and that is robbing you of joy and opportunity. You must have some kind of vision for your life, even if you don't know the plan. You have to have a direction in which you choose to go. People don't always like you, and they're not always happy for you. And if you surround yourself with people who are not accustomed to your success, they become fearful, they become scared, because you are reflecting back something to them that they don't recognize. They're going to say, "Who does she think she is?" That only happens when you are around people who do not mean and want and aspire to the best for you. People who want the best for you want you to be your best. You are not any further than where you are right now because you have never thrown your whole self at anything in your life. And you think greatness goes on sale. Life is short. It's too short to live depressed. It's too short to live anxious. And it's too short to struggle every day with thinking about taking your life. I want to challenge you tonight to get up, that you're not quitting tonight. That one day it is appointed unto all men to die, but that is God's responsibility, not mine. Get up. Your future is brighter than your past. Get up. Your latter is greater than your former. It's still yet to come. We convince ourselves that there's no hope. There's no way. This is not going to make a difference. There is inside of you this desire to be happier, and I believe that the reason why you want to be happier is that you miss being happier, and you can only miss things that you know. And so that tells me that it's within you. You cannot get people to believe in your dream until you believe in it yourself. Stop asking people to invest in things where you have no investment. Stop asking people to deliver something to you where you're not willing to go to the wire for yourself. Nobody's going to put into your dream before you put in. Learn something. Like what? What's one thing I'm doing wrong that I know I'm doing wrong that I could fix that I would fix? It's like you meditate on that, you'll get an answer. And it won't be one you want, but it'll be the necessary one. Now quit comparing your looks, your gifts, your success with somebody else and be you. You are powerful. You are amazing. You are gifted. Nobody can do you like you can do you. Well, I wish I had her looks. I wish I had his talent. I wish I came from their family. If you had what they have, it wouldn't help you. It would hinder you. It wouldn't be a blessing. It would be a burden. It wasn't designed for you. The reason it works for them is that it fits them. You don't want what doesn't fit you. What fits you is what you have now. Quit wishing you were them and recognize you are enough. Yes, it's good to admire people. It's good to celebrate their gifts. But don't get so caught up in who they are that you forget who you are. You are gifted. I think people spend far too much time worrying about how other people judge their work and far less time learning how to be great at what they do. I think people spend far too much time trying to be famous or pretend like they're good instead of just putting their head down and becoming highly skilled and undeniably good. I would say that not only do you want to stop being scared and do that thing that you don't know if you're good at, but you know what you've got to do? You've got to start taking the steps now, because when you're 18 years old, your life seems like it's going to last forever. And I will tell you right now, it's not going to last forever, and that time's gone. You cannot get it back. You cannot get time back. So those dreams that you have, those goals that you have, don't put them off another second. Not 1 second. Get on them and go out and make them happen, starting right now. Many people have been through something that you would have thought you would have never been able to make it through. All your emotions said you can't take no more of this. You can never lose faith. That's the key. You have to believe in something that you can't see. You have to believe when you don't see no way how. You have to buckle down and keep believing. You ever had a gut feeling? Maybe you remember more because you aren't really sure what the next best steps are to achieve it. Me too. So, what's your more? What's your destination? And I'm not talking about just more money or more things. I'm also talking about more love, more joy, more choice, more balance, more trust. What's your more? And I wrote crossing to tell you. Yes, you go through it, and I go through it. And we go through it, and we all go through it. And I've never met anybody extremely gifted who has not gone through extreme crushing. But none of them stayed there. And I believe that many of you, your time has come to come out from underfoot, even if the foot is your own. Next time doubt shows up, it's too big, it's never going to work out, you don't have the connections, just say, "Sorry, doubt, you have the wrong address. There's no place for you here." When insecurity comes knocking, you're not good enough, you're not attractive, you don't have a good personality, nobody wants to be around you, don't you dare let those thoughts in. Your attitude should be, "Get off my property, you are not welcome here. I know who I am. I'm a masterpiece. I'm one of a kind. I'm made in the image of God. I'm crowned with faith. I'm wearing a robe of righteousness. I have been fearfully and wonderfully made." Purpose is that feeling that you are a part of something bigger than yourself, that you are needed, and that you have something better ahead to work for. Purpose is what creates true happiness. So I say, take ownership. Take extreme ownership. Don't make excuses. Don't blame any other person or any other thing. Don't hide your delicate pride from the truth. Take ownership of everything in your world, the good and the bad. Take ownership of your mistakes. Take ownership of your shortfalls. Take ownership of your problems, and then take ownership of the solutions that will get those problems solved. Take ownership of your job, of your team, of your future, and take ownership of your life. Lead yourself and your team and the people in your life. Lead them all to victory. Imagine that you have no limitations. Imagine that you have all the time and all the money and all the friends and all the contacts and all the education, all the experience, and that you could be or have or do anything you want in life. If you could, what would it be? If your life were perfect in 5 years, what would it look like? How much would you be earning? How much would you be worth? What kind of family life would you have? What kind of health would you have? What kind of car would you be driving? What would your life be like if you could wave a magic wand and make it perfect in every way? Now, what we have found is this is the starting point of great riches, and it's the starting point of great success in life is for you to have a dream or a vision of a wonderful future. People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that ended up, being successful in the eyes of society and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful loved what they did. so they could persevere when it got really tough, and the ones that didn't love it quit way through. The challenge is to get still and ask yourself, what is the next right move? What is the next right move? And then from that space, make the next right move and the next right move, and not to be overwhelmed by it because, your life is bigger than that one moment. You're not defined by what somebody says is a failure for you, because failure is just there to point you in a different direction. If you're tired of starting over, stop quitting. If your life at times feels like labor, you are doing it right. Keep on pushing. I'm telling you what, there is a breakthrough coming, and when you're holding your prize, the pain and the suffering will pale in comparison. Don't give up. It will be worth it. See, life is rough, ladies and gentlemen. It's rough. Things that are going to happen to you in life, ladies and gentlemen, make it okay. I can change how I respond to it. I can become upset, nervous, tense about it, weak about it, or I can say it's okay. Don't go through life feeling like you're powerless, victims of people that are powerless. You're not powerless. You are powerful. You direct the power in your life. Whatever your life is right now, it is a duplication of your consciousness. See, the only thing that really matters is what are you going to do about. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.